with autism participate in every aspect of the community. This series will highlight some of these individuals, families, and community engagement projects. Come with us on a journey to meet people making a difference to build a more welcoming community.
Welcome to the series, Autism and Your Community. I'm Patricia Rossi, and today I'm joined by the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities at the University of South Florida. My friends here on the panel, starting with Susan, are going to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Susan Richmond. I'm a consultant at the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities, and I'm also the coordinator of the Learning Academy at USF and the Learning Academy Employment Services at USF.
Thank you.
I'm Lisa Caton, Caleb's mom.
And Caleb.
My name is Matthew Caleb Caton, and I'm a student at St. Petersburg College, professional musician, also a graduate from the Learning Academy.
Susan, can you describe CARD for us? Sure. And about the services and who you serve and how you're funded?
The Center for Autism and Related Disabilities at USF is one of 7 centers located throughout the state of Florida. We are funded through a legislation through Department of Education, and the funding for each center is based on a formula of population of people with autism in that particular area. We serve 14 counties, and we provide services for free from birth to death. And the kind of services that we provide are information and referral, technical assistance and training, public awareness, and consultation. And we do that with individuals on the spectrum, with family members, with professionals who serve individuals. And each center also does special projects, and one of them is the Learning Academy, which I think I'll be talking about later. And that's kind of unique to the center in Tampa.
What differences are there in the needs of adults living with autism regarding health, care, finances, living arrangements, employment, and aging parents?
There are big differences. There's a lot of emphasis, especially with the increase in the diagnosis of individuals with autism these days. A lot of emphasis on children and children's services, and the adult system hasn't grown as quickly and in accordance with the need, because those children grow up and become adults. Opportunities are just a little bit different. The school system goes away, and then there is really only one agency out there, vocational rehabilitation, that helps these guys kind of move on into adult world and employment. These individuals wind up being on Medicaid, and a lot of the providers won't accept Medicaid, and their needs just aren't getting addressed in that area. And a lot of the young adults remain with their families longer than typical young adults, and when the families are gone, it puts the young adult in a crisis, and then without a safety net there for them. So it is quite different than the system that's out there for kids.
Okay, and what services exist to help adults with autism?
Now, the Learning Academy is trying to address the need for these young adults to move from school age and being very dependent into a 2-semester program to kind of make some decisions about where they want to go in their life. So we offer it on the campus where they are with other young adults who can serve as role models, and in many cases the young people see that what could be available for them, and then they want it too. So it's a really nice situation where they can actually observe, and they have a mentor who helps them negotiate college life, and it gives them opportunities they may not have had before. And
Wonderful.
Caleb was one of those students, so he might even be able to talk a little bit about how that felt.
Well, I wanted to ask how the Learning Academy in your heart makes a difference in your life and in people's lives in general.
Well, it helped me interact with more people, especially the internships that we had to do. And then also allowed, basically, I guess you say, forced me to drive to other places, which, I mean, I think that was kind of a huge help of that. I mean, it allowed me to be able to go to other places, interact with other people. It's also taught me more about what there is out in the job, what you have to do with job fields, like especially if you were to try to get a job, you have to do resumes, you have to do
Yes.
these applications, stuff like that.
Okay, wonderful. How about you?
Having a child with autism, especially when they graduate from high school, there's not very much out there for them to be able to do. So through the Learning Academy, Caleb graduated there last May. It gave him the opportunity to internship, and having the mentor that was around his own age was just incredible experience for him. He's now going on to college, and with his internship, he met a young musician that has his drum circle business, and it gave Caleb the ability to recognize working with people is like a great thing. And so now he wants to use his music to as his foundation.
So we
To
need to
help
get
others.
Caleb's autograph now, I think. We can't let him leave, so. Well, we're going to talk to Andrew, and he's the producer of our program, and we just love Andrew, and he's also a student, a past student, so we're real excited to meet him.
The hardest part wasn't getting the diagnosis. It was what to do next.
What's an IEP?
Doctors, specialists,
I worry about my son's future.
autism,
It all changed with one call to CARD.
direction, and connections.
The answers and resources.
Training and technical assistance?
CARD's business program filled our tables and opened my mind to new customers.
Guidance, resources, training. CARD, our beacon of light.
Andrew, thank you for letting us grab you out of the control room.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. So I wanted to ask you, when did you attend and when did you graduate the Learning Academy?
Well, I started the Learning Academy on, was it May
You know, it
2000?
started in August.
We started in August. We started August
Yeah.
2011,
Right.
and I graduated May 2012, along with
Perfect.
Caleb here.
So you were the same?
Yes.
Yes, okay, wonderful. And what did you do before attending the Learning Academy? Yes.
Well, after I graduated from high school back in '09, I was living with my dad, and I was working part-time at his funeral home.
Oh,
Yeah, and basically I was just living there and getting the experience I need, you know, if I'm going to work on a job. And when I heard that I was going to the Learning Academy, I was like, oh boy, because this is probably going to be a new life for me. You know, I'm going to be so far away from home, and but it's good. It's good. I like it here.
good. And how about you?
I literally just graduated from high school when I first got into the Learning Academy. So just basically doing school pretty much for me.
And what is the number one difference of your life now, in your life now, if you had to say one thing?
Well, before I came to Learning Academy, I was a shy person. I was quiet, and I didn't know what I was going to do. But after a while, I started interacting with other people, and with an internship, it helped me get more comfortable in the working field, you know. And then I started taking classes, film classes, here in this studio, and I had an internship at WEDU.
Oh, okay.
And I worked behind the camera, did some editing, sound equipment, stage setup, and yeah.
Wonderful. And how about you? Can you share a little bit more with me, Caleb?
Well, I interact with more people now. I mean, with what it's done for me. I mean, it's just, especially the internship. I mean, before then, like Andrew, I just didn't talk to anybody. I mean, I just never really interacted with anybody else. But with the Learning Academy, it kind of pushed you to do more of that, to start doing more of that. Especially by doing that, it'd be easier to get through life too. I
Oh,
guess you could say. But I mean, it's helped me, start driving for one.
That's what I was hoping you would share because you were telling me about that. So tell us a little bit about that, what made you want to drive? That's the best story ever.
Well, if you want to go to places, like places you may want to go, for example, let's say I want to go to Sam Mash one day, but I don't have a license, so I can't go. But with the license, I can drive over there and do whatever I need to do. Most times it's just hang out there for a whole day.
And how were you getting around before you got your license?
Either from my parents driving me around, or the first week of the Learning Academy when I was there, I had to take the bus.
Oh my goodness, okay.
It was brutal.
So driving yourself is so much better than the bus.
Oh, yes.
Okay, anything else you want to share with me about that?
What about me driving?
Yes.
Yes, I could drive too. Actually, I've been driving before I came here to Tampa.
Okay.
And it's real sweet to have your own car. I will say that.
We have a saying, driving equals freedom. And I don't think it's scientific, but a lot of the students, after going through our program, wind up either trying for their license or something motivates them to go and get their driver's license. And I think it's just the experience of seeing that freedom that it could give you and how much easier it is than spending hours a day on the bus. But the one thing that both of them talked about that I wanted to mention was the social aspect of growth, because in the workplace, that's usually the thing that they stumble on the most when these guys go out into the real world. We see tremendous growth in that area in every single student that comes through.
Oh, that's just wonderful to hear. So Lisa, Caleb, you're going to stay, and Lisa's going to come back out and join us. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sandra.
Hi, I'm Christine Rover from the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities at the University of South Florida, or CARD as we're known. I'm here at the Florida Aquarium in Tampa, Florida, and I'm joined by Rob.
Hi there.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Rob Lamke. I am the guest services supervisor here at the Florida Aquarium. Basically, what it means is that we deal with all guest experiences throughout the entire day here at the aquarium.
And we're here at the Florida Aquarium today to talk a little bit about the Autism Friendly Initiative and an internship. How has the Autism Friendly Initiative impacted you here at the aquarium?
It's been really impactful for a number of reasons. Twofold, really. One is that it's really given us the chance to learn ourselves about what the capabilities are that people have with autism, that there's not too many accommodations you need to make for them, and that they do, as Nick has become a very valuable member of our team. And it has really taught our staff members as well about autism, about the workforce, and really it's kind of expanded how we kind of look at things now, and opened us up to a number of different opportunities that I don't think we would have looked at before prior to us participating in the internship.
Well, I know it's been really impactful on the community that we work with families impacted by autism. And the young adults in the Learning Academy, we've seen Nick here. He's done his internship as well as continues to volunteer.
Right.
How has Nick been incorporated and a part of this team?
It was a little uncomfortable at first. I don't think that the staff here knew kind of what to do with Nick, and Nick was a little bit shy and not really proactive with a lot of things, and both just kind of found their way. The staff began to include Nick in more and more things, and Nick began to proactively seek out more to do. And the two of those things working together became very, very successful, to the point where Nick eventually just was given assignments, and he would just go and do tasks like we just saw with feeding. And he's not really looked at as an intern or a volunteer. He's really, as you saw, he's a part of the team. I mean, everybody addresses him, and everybody knows that he'll do the assignment, and he won't just do it, he'll do it well. Nick makes discoveries for us about certain things that he may notice and say, hey, I don't know if you noticed this, and many times staff members, because we're up here all the time, we don't notice it.
Yeah.
So he's valuable. He's incredibly, he's an asset to the aquarium, and I know that we don't look at him as an intern or a volunteer. He's really part of our team.
Well, thank you. It's really an amazing opportunity that a young adult can really have the experience directly in a field of interest and where he has a lot of knowledge.
Right. Oh, he's got an exceptional amount of knowledge, so much so that when our biological team or husbandry team will see me in the hallway, they'll comment about, hey, Nick, Nick was telling me the other day about this, this, and that. He's like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nick has a passion for it and an incredible amount of knowledge.
Yeah, and I loved that he was able to describe how the shark lose their teeth and how they regenerate. It's just really exciting.
And he doesn't
shares that with the guests.
I was just going to say that he doesn't just do that with staff and explain stuff and talk about stuff. He takes advantage of what he knows and what he's learned here. And as he walks through the exhibits, going from an assignment to an assignment or during some of his free time, he actively seeks out guests to tell them about the exhibits and the animals in the exhibits. And that's something that, while we wish our paid staff would do all the time, they don't necessarily do all the time because they're focused on their job. And Nick always finds the time to explain something to a guest. So that's very, very, very valuable to us.
Well, we really value that partnership.
Oh, thank you. So do we.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
The hardest part wasn't getting the diagnosis. It was what to do next.
What's an IEP?
Doctors, specialists,
I worry about my son's future.
autism,
It all changed with one call to CARD.
direction and connections.
The answers and resources.
Training and technical assistance.
CARD's business program filled our tables and opened my mind to new customers.
Guidance, resources, training. CARD, our beacon of light.
Hi, we're now joined by Nick Medeiros. He started an internship here and is now volunteering at the Florida Aquarium here in Tampa. Thanks for joining us, Nick.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, you did your internship with the Learning Academy at USF, but your internship hours you completed here at the aquarium, right?
Correct.
When did you start that?
Yeah, my internship began January 2012.
Okay, and then when your internship ended, you continued to volunteer here?
Correct.
What are some of the tasks that you did when you did your internship?
Yeah, I swept up trash. I cleaned the Explorer shore. I fed a few of the animals, such as the sea turtle and the grouper, and I also assisted when the wetland exhibit was given a major overhaul.
Okay, yes, those are all a variety of things that you got to see sort of behind the scenes and all